Om Shanti. Good morning to all of you. So the Murli that we are reading today is of 1st of September 1975, and it has an interesting title, which is Close and Equal, Subtle and Great. Close and equal, subtle and great. So Baba is saying, are all of you experiencing yourselves to be coming close to the karmatik stage? Are all of you experiencing yourselves to be coming close to the karmatik stage? Do you know what the signs are of coming close to the karmatik stage? If we say we are coming close to the karmatik state, but we don't really know what is the karmatik state and what are the signs, therefore, of that, then that's what Baba is doing right now to educate us about what the karmatik stage is about. So the sign of being close to the karmatik stage is to have equality. So closeness means equality. And now equality in which aspects? So Baba there's several points. And the first is to come into sound and to go beyond sound. See, for Baba, it is very easy to come into sound and then go beyond sound. In a second, he comes into sound. In a second, he goes beyond sound. So we have to become like that. Second, to be a karma yogi in the corporeal form. Oh, you want me to do that? Okay, I can do that. Share screen. Is that good now, dear brother, sister?
Yes, we can see that.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I have to share. So to come into sound and to go beyond sound, right? The first one. The second is to be a karma yogi in the corporeal form and to go beyond the awareness of the corporeal and stabilize yourself in the incorporeal stage. So while we are in the corporeal form, we remain karma yogis. And then when the work is over, then we can go back into that incorporeal stage beyond the awareness of the corporeal. Neither the body or nor the world of bodies, the physical world is in our awareness. Everything is gone and we are in the incorporeal stage. Then the third is to listen and become an embodiment of that. Yeah, often we listen and then it takes a long time for us to become embodiments of that. Baba wants us to make these two processes simultaneous. As we are listening in real time, we become embodiment of what we're listening, to churn knowledge and remain absorbed in it. Whatever Baba is telling us, we remain absorbed in churning Baba's knowledge. To have a heart-to-heart conversation and to stabilize in the stage of spirituality. To have a heart-to-heart conversation and to stabilize in the stage of spirituality. So with Baba, we are talking every day. We should talk every moment. We should be talking. Jyoti Bindu Baba. Yeah, we have that heart-to-heart conversation with him, and then we are able to stabilize ourselves in the stage of spirituality, so that we don't come too much into, physicality. And even if we have come into physicality, we come into it in a karma yogi way, and then we go beyond very quickly into the spiritual stage. To think, next is to think and to put it to practice. I want to do this, and next moment I'm able to do it. To use the physical organs, that is, take support of the physical organs and to go beyond the pull of the organs. To think and to put into practice, to use the physical organs, that is, to take support of the physical organs and to go beyond the pull of the organs. Next, to use the facilities provided by matter for one's own self, and from time to time, to be independent of those same facilities. Now, we use the facilities that have been provided to us, but yet, when we don't have them, we are okay with them. So for that, we have to practice being independent of those facilities every now and then. To see others and have a connection with them, but to see and not see. To see people, to see others and have a connection with them, but to see and not see. To have a connection with others and to remain as detached as a lotus flower. To have a connection with others, but to remain as detached as a lotus flower. To maintain equality in all these stages is known as being close to the karmati stage. So this is how Baba is able to see but not see. This is how he uses facilities, but then he remains independent of those. Remains as detached as a lotus flower and all the other points. So when we are equal to Baba in all these points, that means we are being coming close to the karmati stage. So have you, now Baba is talking about, have you adopted a stage of such depth and greatness? If you remember, subtle and great. So Baba has talked about close and equal, but when we become equal to Baba, we also become great. So have you adopted a stage of such depth and greatness? In the final paper, there'll be upheaval in all four directions. On one side, there'll be upheaval of the environment. On the other side, there'll be upheaval from other people. So there'll be four types of upheaval from all four directions. One will be the upheaval of the environment. Yeah. All the five elements of nature will attack us. Then the second is on the other side, there'll be the upheaval of from other people. Yeah, there could be riots, there could be, people killing each other, so on and so forth. And then the third side, there will be upheaval through all relationships, our friends, our family members, spouses, children, parents, whatever, whoever. So we'll have upheaval from them. And on the fourth side, there'll be upheaval through the lack of essential facilities. No internet, no cell phone, no electricity, maybe no food, just the way we like. Of course, Baba has always told us that we'll have dal and roti or dal chawal, whatever is our staple food is, and but there could be many different things that we usually use on a regular basis, which may not be there at that last minute. So to remain stable wise in the midst of such upheaval on all sides is the final paper. If the effort in which you stabilize yourself in the stage of having all rights is on the basis of external support, it will not allow you to become an embodiment of success in the final paper. Was Baba saying that if you have up till now made effort in stabilizing yourself, yeah, in the stage of having all rights, but that is on the basis of external supports. Yeah, the basis of our efforts is external supports. Then at the final moment, the final paper, yeah, we won't be able to become embodiments of success. There will be the pilgrimage of remembrance when there is such an atmosphere. However, to have that stage when there are no other circumstances, that is to create your stage on the basis of external situations, or when you have a particular facility, to make effort on that level will make you fail the final paper. Yeah. So our stage should not be on the basis of external situations or a particular facility. Therefore, now intensify your speed of becoming equal to the Father. You feel that the final paper should take place very soon so that you can attain your reward of the Sun dynasty. Yeah, recently Baba was saying we should not hope that, this thing happens quickly. We should not tell Baba, Baba, come on, let's get the golden age going soon. Because Baba knows, first of all, Baba knows when it's the right time. And really speaking, we are the ones who are delaying. We are the ones who have to move forward faster. So you feel that the final paper should take place very soon so that you can attain your reward of the Sun dynasty. However, are you ever ready for the exams? Is it Is it that somebody's mic is on? I have muted. I have muted. It's okay. However, are you ready for the exams? Is it that you will have to be ready, or do you feel that you'll be ready on time? If you think that time will make you ready, such thoughts of carelessness will not allow you to become powerful. All of those various wasteful and careless thoughts would finish in front of the powerful thoughts. You don't have any carelessness, do you? Yeah. So carelessness will not help us. Baba wants us to be free from wasteful and careless thoughts. And so are you careful and wise? To be ever ready means in any situation or atmosphere, if you receive an order or Srimat, becoming independent of the support of all your physical senses, conqueror of your physical senses, and a second, immediately as soon as you receive that Srimat, stabilizing yourself in the stage of one powerful thought. The moment the father says something, the children should have that stage at that instant. This is known as being ever ready. The things of equanimity that you were told earlier are the things through which you make your stage come closer. Those 7, 8 points in the beginning that Baba said, the things of equanimity that you were told earlier are the things through which you make your stage come closer. To what extent have you become equal in all these things? You have to check this. It should not be that instead of a second, it takes you a minute to put that direction into a practical form. If it takes a minute instead of a second, you will not pass in the first division. Whilst going up and down and settling yourself, you will lose the seat of the first division. Therefore, always be ever ready, not just ever ready. See, Baba wants us to go even beyond being ever ready. Yeah, one is being ever ready, and the next Baba is saying being constantly ever ready. And so what is Baba saying? What result is visible at the present time? Clearly, and the best result is not visible right now, right? What re- what result hey, what result is visible at the present time? Do you know that? Are the Pandavas or the Shaktis in the line of those who are intense effort makers? Who are the majority in the line of intense effort makers? All the Pandavas are giving the majority vote to the Shaktis. But in terms of efforts, even the Pandavas are Shaktis. Baba is encouraging both Pandavas and Shaktis. So you have all the powers of the Almighty Authority. Baba that takes the side of the Pandavas. If the Pandavas were not kept at the front, how would the prey be brought in front of the Shaktis? Therefore, especially in terms of being Father Brahma's equals, Pandavas should follow the Father in effort. So, in other words, the Pandavas have to make very good effort. Pandavas remain in front in taking up worldly responsibilities too. However, now instead of just taking worldly responsibilities, you have to take responsibility for unlimited world benefit. Just as you're aware of the deep concern to earn in a limited way, in the same way, now become absorbed in earning an unlimited income. You have been experiencing, you have experienced renouncing all facilities of happiness in earning an income. Right? See, I'll repeat, just as you are aware of the deep concern to earn in a limited way. In the world, people are so much concerned, right, about their jobs and to make sure they're on time, to make sure they finish their projects or whatever their boss tells them to do. So, in the same way, Baba is saying, now become absorbed in earning an unlimited income. You have experienced renouncing all facilities of happiness in earning an income. And so, in terms of earning an unlimited income, to renounce all consciousness of the body and to renounce the awareness of the body is not a big thing. This is why the Pandavas should claim number one in the line of intense effort makers, right? So, we have to renounce the awareness of the body, which is a very small thing, Baba is saying. We can do that, renounce the awareness of the body, the consciousness of the body, that has to go away. And Baba is wanting the Pandavas to claim number one in this. You understand? Do not be left behind. If you remain behind the Shaktis, you'll have maintained the honor of being Brahma Babas and the fathers equal. Does this seem right? Therefore, in this year, do not wait for next year. You have to claim number one. Okay, I muted this soul as well. So the Shaktis are perhaps thinking that they will then be number two. However, even Father Shiva cannot do anything without the Shaktis. See how Baba uplifts everyone, encourages everyone. Can he do anything? Shaktis have to renounce in this too. The renunciation of the Shaktis is worship. You see, this is very important. The more we renounce, the more we receive our fortune. Tyag and Bhagya, Baba always says that Tyag is renunciation and Bhagya is fortune. The more we renounce, the more fortunate we become. So what is that fortune? We become worshipped. So Baba is saying, we receive so much of respect, regard, people worship us. So the renunciation of the Shaktis is worshipped. Those who renounce something create their fortune automatically. Those who renounce something, an underlying point, those who renounce something create their fortune automatically. Therefore, in terms of being brothers, both Shaktis and Pandavas have to make intense effort. Do not make effort on the basis of hearing the news. It is through your efforts that the news of destruction will spread everywhere. Yeah, it's not that when we hear the news, oh no, things are going bad. That's when we make effort. We are the ones who have to make effort, so much effort that the news of destruction emerges from us. Yeah, so let there be effort first and the news afterwards. Not that you hear the news first and then make efforts afterwards. Acha, it's a very short Murli. Yes. So everybody got the points. Close and equal, subtle and great. The more subtle we become the residents of the subtle world. Baba is so subtle. If the more subtle we become, the greater we become. The closer we come to Baba, the more equal we become to Baba. No, the closer we have to become really close to Baba, and then we become equal. And then also, the more we become equal to Baba, the closer we'll become to our Karmati stage. And Baba has explained so beautifully what are the different points that um, are the signs, if you will, of a Karmati stage. Mhm. All right. Om Shanti. Rakhi Ben, back to you.
We have a minute of silence and then we reflect back on our sharings from today's Murli. We can unmute ourselves and reflect on the points of the Murli. Over to you, Shwetambai, to now take on.
Yes, Rakhi Ben, no, you can conduct. You know everybody in the group. So all of you can share. Yeah, please feel free to share your points. Feel free to ask questions if you wish.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So, in this Murli, Baba is mentioning the final paper, and there are four ways in which Baba is mentioning there will be upheaval of the environment, there will be upheaval from other people, and on the third side, upheaval through all relationships, and the fourth side, there will be upheaval through the lack of essential facilities. So, to remain stable in the midst of all these upheavals, this is the final paper. So, we could churn on this, especially the part that Baba is saying the lack of essential facilities. Like in a Murli, Baba had mentioned that there will not be availability of drinking water also. So in such situations, how can the soul be stable? Because this is the basic need. So that is what the question was coming in my mind.
That's so true, Gurpreet Ben. That's how it is going to be. There's going to be so much of upheaval as we move along, and we're seeing that every now and then. And I think in the West, I see that the souls are even more addicted. I use the word addicted to the facilities. It's not just dependence on the facilities, it's an addiction to the facilities. And so I know it's going to be tough. And even we, Baba's children, I feel have become so sensitive and so reliant on things around us, the external facilities, if you will. And it's going to be tough, and we have to slowly start renouncing, our reliance, our dependence, our addiction to these external things. Because that's how the fortune is going to be created. And I see so many times, I see small upheavals. Forget about the situation of drinking water problem. That's a big problem. That's truly, it's like a survival thing. But so many times, I see, couples come and the husband is upset that the wife took his car instead of her car. Or the wife is upset because the husband didn't remember the anniversary, and so now they're fighting like cats and dogs because of these things. So what's going to happen at the end? So we, Baba's children, have to be so careful. People in the world are going to have a bad time anyways, very difficult time. But we as Baba's children have to really check what upsets us and why that upsets us. So at least these small, silly things shouldn't upset us, shouldn't create upheaval within our consciousness. I agree with you.
Just a reflection on the discussion that's going on. One practical way is to renounce things which we are used to. So, for example, if I drink milk every day, can I be off drinking milk for one day? So, renouncing things which are available to me at this point of time and just been off it. Maybe one of the practice to be taken to be ready for such kind of upheavals. That's what one thought.
Agree 100%. There was one person at work, one is milk and of course like tea, coffee, all that, ice cream, candy. We Baba's children also indulge in all that a lot nowadays. But I'll give you an example. There was a doctor at work, and he was taking his wife back to India after many years she was going. And he's a big doctor earning a lot of money. And they have this very expensive mattress which they sleep on, something like $2,000 worth of mattress. And so he was saying that when he took his wife back to India for 20 days or something, he said through the 20 days, his wife was miserable because she couldn't sleep on any of the beds there. She couldn't really get a good night's sleep because she was missing her $2,000 mattress. So, the we Baba's children also, maybe not to that extent, but sometimes we want our own pillows, we want our own comforters, we want our own razais, and so on and so forth. So can we, I was reading about listening actually one of the classes of Brother Jagdish and how there was a time when they used to sleep on the top of the house, the center on the roof, and it used to get so hot. And he was sharing, and he always shares in such a humorous way. And he was saying the floor would become like tawa. That we would lie down and we would feel as if we are being, uh, you know, we are on a hot griddle, and pak rahe hain hum usme. And he used to joke like that. But that's how he would spend his nights. That's how he would go to sleep on the top of the house, on the roof of the house. And so we have become a little more complacent. And I think it's on one hand, we have to work on trying to reduce our reliance on these physical things, but also secondly, I feel experimenting more with Baba's love, more with Baba's support, holding Baba's hand, because unless we have this two-pronged approach, if what will happen otherwise is we will try to, forego something that we are used to, but we will get pulled into something else. So from one support to the other support, to the third, to the fourth, but we will remain stuck in the physical world. But the more we experiment with Baba and Baba's support, the more confidence I feel we will have. That's what I have felt in my life. The more confidence I had or I got to be able to renounce those physical supports. Okay.
Om Shanti, brother. Om Shanti. I don't know. I have a very absolutely different way of looking at the story what Baba has given today. We have seen films of destruction. We have read here so many histories of what is going to happen. This is on a grosser level. They just show us even pictures of the earth actually breaking up in front of you, and all cars and everything going down. Even though we just take it to be a fiction or some kind of thing, it's already there in the minds of so many human beings. All this is really going to happen. And why are such is there? It's just to say that they have a knowledge, just like it was believed that it's believed that Nostradamus could see 400 years hence what could happen. And till today, they are trying to prove through mathematics and all. But for me, it's a different story over here, what Baba is saying. What Baba is mentioning over here is the final scene is it's just a pain. It's something which will happen. But after that, this is a beautiful story. So it is something like, a mother giving birth to a child, the pain she goes through, she takes it everything. But with the beauty after that of having the child on a bosom and then enjoying. So for me, it's always, even though the final scene is there, how it would be. But here in this Baba's Murli, Baba wants our children, not only me, myself to face that I should not do this, I should not do this, today onwards I should practice this. No, I have to be an instrument to help these billions of souls who do not have any knowledge of what is double service, what is angelic stage, what do you mean by thoughts and behavior. They have no knowledge. Baba has come down in this confluence age and he has picked us therefore that he wants us to become, and I must have so many arms at that final moment. I could help a billion souls. So what if they die? Let me give them a peaceful death. Let me see that they do not cry. There is no wail or something over there. I feel that I have to practice from now. My thing I can know because I always believe in what my father said. The whole world will be on fire, but I will take my kittens and I'll put them in a safe place. I am not worried about that safety at all because I know I will be given that my father will come and pick me up as mother cat. So for that, if you see here what we have to do now, he has already given us the points. Come into sound, go beyond sound. So if all these we practice really, it's nice to list the points. It's nice to read out the points, but to go deep into that. Take, for example, am I really to go beyond sound? Finish. That's the first thing. I cannot listen to anything. I cannot listen to any signs of destruction. I've gone beyond sound. I'm in Paramdam. I'm somewhere far. Or a good voice which I hear where Baba says, child, I'm coming. To listen to that and become an embodiment of that. So there are so many ways Baba has said, hold my hand, be equal like me, close to me. So I think if all these equanimity, this poise we hold, final paper, it'll come when it has to come and it'll take place. But now these things, this particular list which Baba has given us, if we go into each and every aspect of it, I think what destruction, the scenes of destruction will turn and I can do it. So I feel now is the age not for these gross levels, giving away up this, giving up this, doing this. No, because there are even so many souls who are without water, without food, without staying below that and all. Now it's a different level for me. How do my stage, his whole body, how do I take care? I feel the preparation now should be on this line of the Murli, which is a task, which again only one word I believe, accurate remembrance, accurate remembrance. So if every day I put in a little, I think, sorry, I just thought it was when all of you were sharing, it just came from my mind. Thank you for listening.
Om Shanti. Just adding on to what is already just said. Very beautiful, Murli, giving a lot of insights. Just to check our stage, the great stage that each one of us will have to have in the future. And Baba also given us a great scene that's going to take place. And the kind of stage that we have to build, before the final paper comes. The aim is very clear, and Baba is giving this to make us close and equal to him, to make us perfect, to intensify our, tapasya, so that we become equal to him. And and each one of us will be ready to take that the toughest paper that is about to come. So one good advantage for us is, especially the Baba's children, is we know what is going to come in the future, as Baba is already giving us all the, all the secrets, and also how to conquer that. So this so-and-so situation will come in the future that we know. So when we know that, we kind of prepare it, right? So when the nature is changing, from a summer to a winter, we know that it's going to change. There is a change. It's going to change is going to take place. So we kind of make things arrange according to the winter. So similarly, we have to intensify our effort and make ourselves equal to Father. That's all Father wants us to become. And in the situation that are going to come, that will be worst, we know. And in one of the class, even I think it was in Jagdish Bhai's class, that he said that he mentioned that he underwent a surgery. He explained the kind of experience that he had when he was going through a toughest situation, where Baba helped him. And he mentioned that he did not feel any pain or anything when he was going through the surgery and the difficult situation. He felt he was standing beside Baba, and then watching down, watching down with Baba in the hospital bed, that the doctors are doing some sort of a work on his body. And he kind of remained completely detached, and then watched as a third person or second person along with Baba what's all is happening. So there he clearly mentioned that he didn't go through any sort of a pain or difficulty. He rather enjoyed being the company of Baba and looked at the kind of difficulty that the body was going through. So I think when we come to a greater stage that Baba wants us to be over a period of time, right, with our intense effort, and when we get there, each one of us will have that sort of a stage, I guess, where we enjoy Baba's company, and then come out of all this, distressful upheaval situation, and then be as a detached observer, watch everything as a detached observer. There we don't experience any sort of a difficulty. I don't think we should be so much worried about what is going to come. Each one of us would know that today or tomorrow we'll have to renounce our body, that's for sure. So there's no point thinking about it. What we have to think about it, how we can stabilize ourselves the way that Father expects us to be. In the Yagya history that we have seen, many great souls have done that, and they have shared how they experienced when they went through that such difficult situation. So when we get there, when we become powerful as them, right, one of them, then we will also experience that great stage where we don't experience the difficulty. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Brother, just as this brother was sharing, a few more things just came to my mind. We see what is, if you go, what is happening in North India now. I've seen people, children, and cattle and all just being flown by one of the elements, water. See, these elements are all really reacting against the human beings who were really not in their perfect stage. So it's just a reaction of nature against them. And I just saw just the minute you could see, and then the car, the house, everything is there. So this is a reality which is happening. It is not any film. See, we are sitting in a safe corner. We are somewhere. We just look at the TV and we then go through. But listen to the people who are really there. So it's already started. So it's not that anything can happen. It can happen anywhere, anything for anyone. This is one thing which really pulled me up when I just saw there are some tragedies like accidents and all happening. But this natural calamity, which I just could see, really was thinking, oh, this is just a part of a rehearsal. This was one thing which I saw. Secondly, someone was just talking about milk. I remember Ramesh Bhai. That's what is thing. If anyone wants to see how do I prepare for my future stages, there's a beautiful class by Ramesh Bhai. You know what he is saying? You cannot stay because the sewage system won't work, and you'll see, you won't know whether what kind of water you're drinking. Is it the sewage water or real water? You won't know. So what do I do in such this? How do I refrain myself? So over there, he gives an example. There is a mother sleeping with a child in her house. A knock is heard on the door. She opens the door. There is another mother standing there with the child. She's saying, can you give me some milk? My child is dying. The mother doesn't know what to do. There, yes, her child is also sleeping. There is little milk left. The child already has got its thing, but she wanted to know, could she share? So Ramesh Bhai asked us, what would you do? Would you share that milk with the child which is dying? Or would you think, oh, if I give this, what I would do for my child? So see, that frame of mind, that thing is what I need. I need to look after myself. I have to look after others. My care, my body, my thing needs to be taken by God. That was what also touched me a lot. So for this, that's why Baba said, Murli, some Murlis back, you know, when you create remembrances, he spoke about saving deposit, recurring deposit. He said you have to create fixed deposit also. That is volcanic yoga. You must have 1 hour yoga only for that and stock it in your system for such events. Because in those events, you will need absolute yoga power, absolute yoga power. I just thought when the brother was sharing this thing which came up in my mind, I wanted to share. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Amongst the various points that Baba has mentioned today, one point where the reflection comes in is to see others and have connections with them, but to see and not see. What to see and what not to see. The thought here is see them as soul, and what not to be seen is they being body, and applying the knowledge there practically is the soul is in its journey, and just not looking at the body. So coming from being soul conscious is what to be seen, and what not to be seen is dropping that body conscious space. That was one reflection. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yes, sister.
My takeaway from this Murli: I will maintain connection with others, but remain as detached as a lotus flower. Thank you.
Rakiben, can I share on your point, please?
Yeah.
Rakiben, you were mentioning about that scene, even that Ramesh Bhai has given an example in his sphere class. You know what he says? The final stage, it will be that people will be running, killing each other. But when they see my children, they cannot see him because we have become angels. We have not, they cannot see us. So they'll pass us and go. They cannot do anything to us. So see, I have become such a transparent stage that I'll pass. But if I just see my child or my daughter also running, and I find somebody coming and attacking my daughter, and suddenly I say, oh, my daughter, then that evil spirit or that person can see both my daughter as well as me, and both of us are going to go. So the point which he said is, Mera, my daughter, my this should all go off, because that is what is needed in the final stage. That really caught my attention to say, that's what we would do. We would first look after our people, our thing. And to have such a stage where I go beyond that, not my child, but that is a soul. So again, there, that soul consciousness. When you mentioned that, I just got linked to that one example of Ramesh Bhai.
Om Shanti. So as we are ending the session, we could do a little bit of meditation. We could hold this thought, what Baba has very beautifully mentioned this time and mentions many, many times. The more we renounce, the more fortune we create. So renunciation equals fortune. Tyag equals bhagya. Um, so let's hold a thought, a powerful thought for ourselves that we are renouncing. Let's see ourselves renouncing the facilities that we have been so habituated with. Renouncing me and mine, renouncing our attachments, renouncing all our attractions, letting go of all our supports. There's just one support, and that is Baba. Baba, Baba, and only Baba. And as we are renouncing, let's see our beautiful fortunes being created right in front of us. In this present moment, the fortune of being close to Baba, sitting in his heart throne, experiencing bliss. And then in the golden age, seeing ourselves sitting on the world throne, where nature, all the five elements, are my servants. Where I'm subservient to no one, a true master. Where I can live in peace, in total harmony with everyone and everything. Seeing such a beautiful fortune, I feel more inspired to renounce everything at a fast pace. Renouncing even my attachment to my ideas, my opinions, my ego, my desire to prove myself to others. My desire to be better than others. Just the pure desire to be equal to the Father. To be perfect. Oh, Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Shwetank Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. Have a wonderful day. And we meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.